Alright, HadesOmega here. It's been about an hour, and yeah, so you can see there on the charger, it's been about an hour, and it's put about, what, 5,000 watts into the battery, and it's still charging at 3.58 volts, so that leads me to believe we're nowhere near 3.6 volts. Anyway, we're gonna go check the voltages. Okay. I'm getting a 3.9. That can't be right. It's going to be more than that. Oh, I don't think the other one is on there properly. Yeah, it's still 3.27, man. It's not changing anytime soon. Yeah, 3.27. Yeah, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. That says after like an hour, like it hardly changed at all, man. So yeah. Okay, so keep on charging, buddy. So yeah. All right. So I'll like every hour I'll come back and check on it. I've been just doing stuff in the garage right now, and I'm just checking the battery out. So, and probably one thing you want to make sure is the batteries aren't getting hot. Okay, that's one telltale sign there. It's getting overcharged. Okay, but my charger's starting to get hot. I think it'll be fine. Alright, HadesOmega. I'll come back every hour and I'll check it. Alright, HadesOmega here. It's the next day. It's 708 minutes later after we started the charge, and we're barely at 3.31 volts. Okay, we got about 0.29 volts left to go. Long way to go. So I'd imagine it's probably gonna take like another day to charge this thing, man. I think it's been, what, 700 minutes. I'll put a subtitle below. It's about 10 hours ish, a little more than 10 hours. So what we were at we started at 3.27, and we've only gone up like 0.04 volts, something like that. So that leads me to believe it's gonna take a long time to charge this. Okay, so that's fine. I don't got. It's just gonna sit here doing its thing. All right. 937 minutes later. Let's see. It's still doing its thing. We're at 3.32 volts, or about 3.3 volts. We got like 0.02 of a volt left. Still a long way to go. I'd imagine it's probably going to take a day or two to finish charging this, but hey, whatever. I got time. All right, let's figure out. All right, 1,065 minutes later. All right, so apparently when this gets to 1,000, it rolls over. So it's already rolled over once. Okay, so that's actually 1,065 minutes. Well, yeah, and we're at 3.31 volts, so it's getting there. I think it's gonna take maybe another day or two. So yeah, just keep on going as long as this doesn't get too hot. You know, I'm wondering if I should put a fan on this. It is starting to get kind of warm. But I don't know, man. All right, here's what we got. Oh yeah, also my multimeter ran out of power. The 9-volt battery ran out in it, so I had to replace it. It was doing all this crazy stuff earlier, like the voltages was like hopping around all over the place. I'm like, that can't be right. So, okay. All right, HadesOmega here. It's been 1,405 minutes. All right, this charger's been on. Yeah, dude. And it's barely at 3.32 volts. Sometimes I see it poke up to 3.32. So yeah, this is gonna take a long time, dude. So I think I've been at it for like a whole day, and it went from 2.7 to 3.2. Okay, so like 0.05 volts. I'd imagine it's probably gonna take a few more days to top balance this, man. But hey, you know, I only got to do it once, right? All right, here we go. Then we could let the BMS do the rest of the balancing. Alright, HadesOmega here. Here's a little update here on the top balancing little episode here. So this charger has rolled over freaking 4 times. So that means that's 4,000 hours, 4,000 minutes, okay? So it's 4,998 minutes, okay? 4,098 minutes is how long this thing has been charging, okay, at 3.6 volts. This is taking freaking forever at 5 amps, all right? It's at 3.32 right now volts, all right? So it's I've seen it at 3.32 volts for a long time. It has not moved very much. Like it's been there for like more than a day, okay? So I'm gonna say, like, I come back and I check it every once in a while, okay? So this is taking a long time. I'd imagine it's probably gonna take probably more than a week to get top balanced, okay? It's not a big deal. What I could do right now is we could run the outlets, okay? So I got other things to do, but it would be nice if I could already start constructing the battery and hook it up to the system, because the system is ready to go. We're just waiting on this, and then we got to run the outlets in the garage, okay? So that's a little update for the top balancing. I think we're on day 3. All right, we're on day 3 and 4,000 plus hours so far. All right, and now it's at a solid 3.32. Earlier today it was fluctuating between 3.31 volts and 3.32 volts. Now it just kind of stays at 3.2 volts. So I'd imagine it's going to start climbing up to 3.33. I'd imagine also, like, once it starts to get really full, I think the voltage will just start climbing up faster. I hope, because from 3.27 volts to about like 3.31 volts, it seemed to charge pretty fast. It took like a day to get it from 2.7 to 3, like around 3.1. And then once it went from 3.1 to 3.2, it's been there for like 2 days. I'm not lying, dude. It's been there for like a long time, all right? Now, I guess I could do the math and figure out how long this is going to take. But we don't really, it's not like you really know how much is in the battery anyway. You really have to just monitor it as you charge it and watch the voltage rise, okay? So yeah, I'd imagine the battery is probably at 3.2, what was it? We were at 3.27 when we started. 3.27 is probably around 80% state of charge. That's my guess. Hopefully we're around like 90% right now. I'm not sure about, but yeah, it's just been trickle charging. Just let it do its thing, man. We only got to do this once. It's not a big deal. The target date to get this system up and running was supposed to be before May, and May is like right around the corner. So I'd imagine it's going to take however long it takes for this battery to finish top balancing. Once it's done top balancing, all we got to do is put it together, install the BMS, install the battery monitor, and boom, we should be up and running, right? Hopefully. So we got to have some loads, right? We got to have some loads before that happens. So in the next episode, after this one, or before it, well, anyway, it's going to be a different episode. We're going to be running the outlets for the garage. Okay, so we're at that point. That's all I can do right now, because we're waiting on this now. Had I known it's going to take this long, I would have started this a lot sooner. So I'm going to say, okay, yeah, I knew it. I'm not going to lie, I knew it was going to take a long time, but yeah. Alternatively, what we could have done is split the battery up into two 12-volt series and charge it at 12 volts, and it would have charged faster. And then we could have top balanced it after, just by putting it in parallel like it is right now. But like, yeah, this is the easiest way. Put it all in parallel and then just charge it, and then when it's done charging, it's balanced. So, and then yeah, then we just construct the battery. So, as I say, HadesOmega wants to do this right, okay? So you really only have to top balance it once, right? Unless you're gonna build a new pack or whatever. Okay, so yeah, that's just the update after 4,000 plus hours. That's where we're at. We're not very far. We got about 0.28 volts left to go until we get to 3.6, okay? Really supposed to be 3.65, but I think 3.6 is fine. All right, HadesOmega out. All right, hey, HadesOmega here. It's an update for the top balancing of the 280 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So as you can see, it's my work table is a little bit more messy now. My dad had a power supply, so like a DC power supply. So we hooked that up in parallel to speed this along. Okay, so far it's been charging for 8,009 minutes. Okay, so yeah, it's still going, man. It's at 3.348 volts. So he actually has a fluke voltmeter too, so you can see the difference between a nice multimeter and a cheap Harbor Freight multimeter. Okay, this one has more digits. Okay, it's more accurate is what I want to say. But I say that's pretty damn close. 3.333. No, it's actually 3.34 or 35. So it's getting there. So we can kind of see it. It's a little more. Yeah, there's a little better resolution on this one is what I want to say. As far as I know, this is it's close enough. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. All right. So we're still we're still getting there. We remember we started at 3.27 and now we're at 3.33. Okay, it's kind of fluctuating between 3.32 and 3.3. So I'd imagine it's not quite at 3.3, but according to this, we're over 3.33. It's pretty steady. So all right, it's still charging at the B6 AC is still charging at 3.6 volts, 5 amps. And this is the other power supply my dad had, and so we set it for 3.6 and 1.2 amps. Okay, so that's a total of like 6.2 amps. All right, so adding another power supply, you know, doesn't really necessarily mean it's going to charge much faster. I thought it would, like, oh yeah, well it'll half the timing time. No, it'll half the charging time. No, it won't. It just adds just a little bit more current. Okay, so say, so I could jack this up a little bit and charge it a little faster, but that's fine. I can wait. Okay, in the meantime, what I could do is run the outlets in the garage. I've already run one of the outlets. Check that video out if you're interested. And then we just got to run the other stuff in the ground. So like, there's still stuff to do. If everything is if I can get the whole garage wired up, then that'll be good. Once we plug this in, we'll have, you know, places to pull loads, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, still at it. I think it's been about a week. It's been charging for about a week, so let's keep at it. So, oh yeah, I also want to mention it is May 1st today, so we did not make our target date, okay, of going online. So sad to say, but we're pretty damn close. I'd say we're like 95% there. All we gotta, well, we're at like 90% because we still got to run the rest of the outlets. Okay, yeah, okay. So that's just the update for the top balancing. Okay, it's still doing it. All right. I had a feeling it was gonna take this long, but it's just like, yeah, dude, it's just, I just take a look at it and nothing happened. You know, it's just still charging. It's crazy. Doesn't get hot, doesn't, you know, nothing. It just keeps on soaking up energy. This battery is amazing. So let's say 280 amp hours. That's a lot of power, man. Okay. All right, HadesOmega out. All right, HadesOmega here. This is going to be another clip for the top balancing episode. All right, so far so every one of these marks here is 1,000 minutes, okay? Because this goes by minutes, okay? And it rolls over every 1,000, okay? That's what I want to say. Okay, so every 1,000. Right now it's at 747 minutes, okay? But we've got 16,000 minutes, all right? 16,000 minutes, okay? 16,000, there's 16 marks there. So that's 16,747 minutes, okay, 48 minutes. So let me go figure out how much that is. So 16,748 minutes, all right? Divided by, so if that's minutes, you divide it by 60, right? So that's 279 hours, okay? So let's divide that by days. 24. 11 days, all right? So I've been charging this thing for about 11 days so far. That sounds about right. I remember we're like on week 2 or something almost. No, we're at like 1.5. We're at like 1.5. So for some reason I thought we were on the 3rd week or something. We're coming up on the 3rd week. That's what I'm gonna say. No, this has only been 2 weeks. Huh. Or that, or I haven't been recording it right. But according to this, we've been charging for 11 days so far. Okay, so I guess that's how long it is. But anyway, so if you remember when we first started, we were at 3.27 volts, and now we're at 3.41. Okay, so that's like 313. It went up 0.14 volts. Okay, in that 11 days. Okay, this is taking a long time. All right, so we're like pretty much almost done. Okay, last night I ran the last outlet, this one here. Okay, so like we're pretty much done. The last thing I have to do is run the equipment ground. Okay, and then that's it. All we were waiting on is the battery. Okay, so but it looks like today I saw this rise quite a bit. I think it was at 3.38. Okay, so I've been actually increasing the voltage a little bit. I make it 3.7. Okay, kind of like that. Okay, 3.7. But the current is starting to go down, and that means the battery is almost fully charged. Okay, so I want to keep this around 3.3. I don't want it to overcharge while I'm sleeping. So I notice it's going up a lot faster. Okay, it was like 3.38 earlier today, and it's gone up 0.03 volts. All right, so that leads me to believe the battery is almost done charging. So when it nears its fully charged state, the voltage will just start shooting up right away. Okay, so it's very important that I don't overcharge it with this. Okay, because so I have to make sure this is set right. Okay, this is already automatically set like to 3.6. So once this gets to 3.6, it'll just turn off. Okay, if this one isn't at 3.6, because I was trying to like kind of charge it a little bit faster. So now we're at that point where like, hey, yeah, don't make sure it will stop at 3.6, because if you're not watching it, you could mess the battery up. Okay, but yeah, it's still charging. All right, so we'll let it do its thing. All right, so I'm planning to do the grounding on Sunday. Okay, so if it's not ready by next week sometime. Okay, so it's Saturday today. Oh yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday right now. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna do the ground. Sometime this week, if it's not done fully charging, I'm just gonna pull it off. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna just say, hey, it's top balance. Or I'll let the BMS do the rest of the work. So I'll say, okay, I think it's pretty good now. Okay, but it's at 3.4. I would like to at least pull it off by the time it gets to 3.5 volts. Okay, but ideally, yeah, 3.6. Okay, but when that happens, when we pull this guy off, okay, that's it. We're gonna build the battery, and then that's it. System goes online. Okay, but yeah, we still have to do the ground. So after that's done, then this is the only thing holding us back. Okay, so yeah, that is the update on the top balancing. It's still going, but definitely it was charging at 5 amps before, and now it's charging at 4.5. So it's slowing down now. This is we're getting at the upper state of charge right now. So we'll see what it's like tomorrow. But like I said, it was at 3.38 today, and now it's 3.41. So it's going up a lot faster. So that leads me to believe, hey, we're almost done top balancing. Okay, all right, HadesOmega. All right, HadesOmega here. It's the next day, and yeah, here it is. Well, it's still the same day as the last clip, but we're at 3.51. It was 3.41 the last time I checked. So it is topped up now. Okay, definitely we're at the upper state of charge is where we're at right now. It just went from like 4.5 amps to 2.1 amps. Okay, so I turned this one off because I didn't want it to overcharge. Okay, But I will be keeping an eye on this guy, okay? I know this will shut off at 3.6, but yeah, so. Does it look like it's bulging? I don't know, man. It does kind of look like it's bulging a little bit. I guess that's what happens when you charge it. It expands a little bit. But yeah, we'll just we'll keep on. We'll let it do its thing. I think 3.65 is the max that you want to charge it to, but this will only charge at 3.6. So when it gets to 3.6, that's it. So, all right. Well, I'll let you know when that happens. We're at 17,261 minutes. Okay. All right. So it looks like this is going to charge. This is going to be done top balancing today. Okay. All right. Here's we go. Finally. Okay, it's a few hours later. Oh my God, there we go. We're almost there. I cannot believe how fast it just climbs up in voltage. It was like at 3.4 something volts for like more than a week, and then now it just like suddenly the last yesterday and today the voltage just started climbing like fast. Okay, this is the fastest it's moved. So I have a feeling it will finish tonight. Okay, so. If it does finish tonight, then I will build the battery tonight. Okay, I will build the battery tonight, and then we will run the grounds tomorrow, and then we'll be online, and I will try to do some kind of capacity test. We'll just I have the battery monitor on the right here. It's gonna be hooked up to it. We can use this to check how much state of charge, or how many amp hours are in this bad boy. Okay, but anyway, I have a feeling it'll finish real soon. It's at 3.5 something right now. I actually got 2 meters hooked up to it. 3.57. Yeah, real soon. It's charging at 1 amp now. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it looks like they're puffed out now. They're like expanding. So is that normal? Is that like normal? It's like expanding now. Yeah, I can definitely feel it. Is that what happens when it's fully charged? I guess so. Anyway, I will watch it. I will pull it off when it's at 3.6. Okay. Both of these gauges are right. See, 3.571, 3.57. This should get done charging real soon. Okay. All right. Here's me up. But anyway, when it gets done, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it hooked up. I mean, look, we'll disconnect the charger and everything, and I'll leave it hooked up for about like in a couple hours. Okay, and then we'll start disconnecting everything. We'll take all the battery bars off and stuff. So okay, but yeah, so for now, when it stops charging, we'll let it rest for a while, and then we'll take the whole pack apart, and then we'll check the voltages on each pack. Okay, and then or each battery, and then yeah, we'll start putting it all together. Excited. Excited. My battery bank is pretty much balanced already. I'm not gonna lie, I could pretty much just pull it off right now. Alright, here's we go. Okay, HadesOmega here. So this is part of the top balancing episode. We're at 3.58 volts now. Alright, this one says 3.58. Okay, pretty close. They're all close together now. And it's at 0.6 amps, so I would say it's already pretty much top balance already, you know. But we'll let it finish its thing, and then we'll let it settle for a while, and then we'll check the voltages. So we'll disassemble the pack, and then we'll check the voltages. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm gonna go run the ground for the garage. Okay, all right, HadesOmega. All right, HadesOmega here. So my garage is a mess, but we gotta go work on this battery real quick. So the battery fully charged. Now it's at 3.53. Okay, it finished charging at 3.6, and now the voltage has gone down to 3.53. But what we care about is now that the battery's fully charged, and if we let it sit for a few hours so it can balance itself. Now we're gonna go disconnect everything, and then we're gonna check the voltages, and then I want to call it a night. Okay, so we're gonna go take out all the bus bars, you know, this bus wire here, and disconnect all the gauges, and then we will go check. We'll go check all the voltages, and hopefully they're still all the same. All right. I did note that the pack did puff out a little bit. I think that's what's supposed to happen when it's fully charged. That's the reason why you lose capacity if you fully charge it a lot. Okay, so I will be using a conservative voltage cutoffs. Okay, for the charger and discharging. Okay, so these batteries will last a long time. Okay. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to get thousands and thousands of cycles from these batteries, so should last a good time. And that's the reason why we want to make sure these are top balanced, because so they're running, you know, they're running good. We won't have to have any issues with them. Pretty much once the battery's built, the battery bank is built, then we won't have to mess with it anymore. Okay, hopefully. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect all this stuff, and then we'll go check all the voltages. All right, here's me out. All right, here we go. So I hope you guys can see the. So we're gonna use my dad's fancy Fluke multimeter. Okay, it's much more higher dollar than my Harbor Freight one. So why not? Okay, so we're gonna start from number 8 to 1. Okay, and I got it all numbered here, and I'll write it down as we go along. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's the results of our voltage check after the top balance. It looks like the average is 3.531. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3.531s. We got 2 3.532s and 1 3.530. Number 4 is the lowest one. Okay. I will check them all again really quickly, but yeah, so it seems to be the average 3.531. Okay, that's the average voltage, but they are all 3.53 volts. That's good enough for me. All right, we won't. HadesOmega will not charge these all the way up. Okay, I will leave a little bit of cushion from 100% state of charge. We'll charge it to like 90% state of charge. How about that? Okay, and then we won't discharge it too deep either, so is what I'm gonna say. So these batteries will last a long time. Okay, yeah, 6 kilowatts, that's a lot of power. So okay, so that's the results of the top balance. It looks like everything is good. I might want to keep an eye on this number 4. Okay, this one is the lowest charge out of all of them. Okay, I don't remember. I'll put a subtitle below what the voltage was when they were still in parallel before we took the pack apart. Okay, so the last thing to do now is build the battery bank. All right, so okay, so we're gonna put the batteries in. The next part is we're gonna put the batteries in series, and then we're going to tape them together, and then I think, if I remember correctly, 6 of them will go side by side, and then the other two will go on the top. So it's gonna be a little weird, okay? And then we got to install the BMS, and then install the battery monitor. And we got to tape them all together, and we got to make sure they're all nice and comfortable inside the crate. And then yeah, so that should be it. And then we have to make the wires, okay? That's what I got left. I'm not looking forward to working with that. It takes a long time for me to terminate that, okay? I wish I should have just bought a crimper for that. But okay, so yeah, I'm glad that these are done. I would like to get this rolling, okay? In the end, I think we're gonna hook it up to the inverter. I will not connect the solar panels yet, and then we'll kind of sort of do a capacity test, okay? I'll put the highest limit charge and the lowest limit discharge. I think 2.5 is what you wanted to do for a capacity test, I think. So we'll discharge it to 2.5 per cell, okay, whatever that is, times 8, you know. And then yeah, we'll find out what the capacity of the battery bank is to see if we got our money's worth. I'm pretty happy. I don't think we're gonna. I'm pretty sure the batteries are in good state. So, but I'll try my best to drain the battery as much as possible, and then we'll charge it up with the solar panel, and we'll see how that does. Okay. So that's what's left to happen. Okay. So that concludes the end of the top balancing episodes. Okay. It was just a long wait. So it took about 10-ish days. I'll put a subtitle below how many freaking days it took to do this in hours, and then I'll put a subtitle below right now. Okay. And yeah, so I was expecting it to take maybe like a week, okay, but it took a little longer than a week. It almost took 2 weeks, so it takes a long time, especially if you got freaking 8 batteries, okay? But yeah, I pretty much finished everything right on time anyway, so that's fine. I got the ground. We still got to finish the grounding tomorrow, so. Okay, so look forward to the next episodes where we will finish grounding the solar panels, and then we will construct our battery bank finally. All right, HadesOmega out. Top balanced. Okay, also I wanted to point out that we probably don't want to have these batteries sitting around at a full state of charge. Okay, I think I think if you were to charge it up to like 100%, it's 3.65 volts, okay? But this charger will only do 3.6. That's fine. I'm not gonna stress it, man. We'll just do a quick capacity test. If it gets close to 280, I'll be happy, okay? So I would say, okay, 280 amp hours. All right, that's if we can figure out how to get the battery monitor to work, okay? Because we're going to be using the battery monitor to measure the capacity of the battery, okay? Because we had got the shunt in there and everything. All right, so yeah, I wouldn't leave these batteries sitting at a full state of charge for more than like a week or two. Okay, you should probably use up the power, you know, and that's what we'll be doing. Okay, what we're gonna do is when we get the batteries hooked up to the inverter, we're gonna start doing load tests. Okay, we'll do load tests on like everything I got in the garage. Okay. Like the garage door opener, the air compressor, the refrigerator, my charger for my electric motorcycle, that kind of stuff. Okay, we'll see how it affects the inverter and all that. I'm pretty sure that inverter can handle everything in this garage. Okay, at least as long as it's one or two, 3 things running at a time. Okay. If it's a lot of things running at a time, then it'll probably overload it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. But yeah, we'll see how this system works out. I'm really happy with the way everything's turned out right now, but I have yet to see the fruits of my labor. Okay. All right, HadesOmega out. All right, HadesOmega here. It's the next day, and so I just checked the voltages again, and they're off by quite a bit now. So What I might do is I might put it in parallel and charge it again. Okay, but I've noticed these batteries, it's hard to get the battery bars back on because the cells have puffed up quite a bit. So when these are fully charged, they expand a lot. Okay, some of these battery bars are hard to get off. What I might want to do is, and also some of them are crooked. See, these two here are like, this one is going that way, and then this one is going that way. So if that doesn't help either, man. So what I might do is like expand the oval out the holes more. Okay, but anyway, what I might do is so I think when putting the battery together, I think the best thing to do is put them together when they're expanded, when they're fully charged. Okay, so it's a good thing. We will put the battery together like this. Okay, when they're fully charged, because that way when you discharge them, I think when you charge them they swell, and then when you discharge them they start to compress, they shrink. Okay, so you probably want to have the batteries when they're fully compressed, or when they're fully charged, you want to put the batteries together, okay? And because if you put the batteries together when it's discharged, okay, or not fully charged, they're gonna expand when they fully charge, and then yeah, so it's gonna it may mess up the terminals or something. the batteries start to push on each other, okay? So I think it's a good idea that, yeah, we do, when we do put these batteries together, we'll tape them together when they're fully charged, okay? Because yeah, they're noticeably be more puffed up now. So look at how much the gap is between these ones right here. Okay. I'm honestly not too worried about like the balance all that much, because the BMS will take care of the rest, okay? But let's see. See to the top of the battery, you can see the light going through it. Yeah, see, so that's puffed up quite a bit, and I found out that cells 4 and 5 are the lowest, so I don't know. These seem to have the least capacity. All right, but anyway, so these are the voltages that I got again. So we got 3.464, 3.472, 3.472, 3.449. Okay, that's significantly lower than the rest of them, and 3.438. Okay, and so number 4 and 5, these two right here, all right, are like 3/300ths of a volt, almost 3/300ths of a volt lower than the other ones. Okay, and then 3.477, 3.476, 3.467, 3.46, 3.47. That's fine. Okay, but these ones are significantly lower, I've noticed. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put them in parallel again, and then maybe put them on the charger one more time. Okay, charge it back up to 3.6. Or you know what? I'm not even going to put it on the charger. I'm just going to put them in parallel and leave them like this until we construct the battery. Okay, so that's the plan. Final answer. All right, so we'll go put these back in parallel, and then when it's time to construct the battery, then we'll take everything out. Okay, so I still got one more thing to do today for the system. I don't know if we're going to get to it because I have to go buy some more parts. So annoying. All right. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it done today or tomorrow, okay, for sure. All right, HadesOmega. Okay, I've gone and connected them in parallel again, and now I'm getting a 3.64. Okay, so it's kind of like in between the range is what I'm going to say. Okay, so we're getting 3.64. All right, if you remember correctly, 4 and 5 were the lowest ones. Okay, so hopefully that self equalizes itself. What I might want to do is maybe just put it on the charger for a little bit, you know, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna leave it like this until we're ready to construct the pack. Okay, all right, here's we go. So what's 3.47? 3.47. Yeah, it went down a whole lot. It went down almost a tenth of a volt, and this is, so if you look at this is a couple hours after we disconnected everything, okay? everything was at 3.53 pretty much. Yeah, 3.53. Now we're 3.46, 3.47, 3.4. Just call that 3.44. Yeah, these two worry me. What happened there? What happened there, guys? But I don't think it's like it's not super bad, you know, but hopefully the BMS can make up for that. That's what I want to say. Yeah, there's something up with those 4 and the 5 cells. Okay, but everything checked out when we charged it, so so we'll leave it. We'll let it top balance one more time, okay, and then we'll put the back together once we're done. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. All right, guys, we're out.